The Black Mirror episode Nosedive examines the impact that social status can have on the individual, how it controls life in society, and how personal value can become contorted through social networking, or in this case, contorted through social points. The scene I'm going to analyze is a singular moment with the main character Lacey Pound. In this scene, Lacey is alone in her bathroom in front of her mirror, practicing her perfect laugh, accompanied with a perfect face while getting ready in the morning. It uses a simplistic yet impactful use of mise-en-scène and cinematography, specifically sound, coloring and lighting, and camera angles, to introduce a personal and intimate relationship between the audience and Lacey while she is struggling to develop such a relationship or understanding with herself. With the music, lighting, and coloring, this personal moment being created between the audience and Lacey only becomes more interesting. Throughout this scene, Lacey is practicing, or rather rehearsing, her idea of a perfect laugh. In the background, non-diegetic sound is being played. Deep, lethargic piano notes are audible, creating a calming and even entrancing moment for the audience. This slow, non-energetic background music, however, is much different from the external diegetic sound coming from Lacey's high-pitched, high-energy laughs. Sound alone, the laugh would be discerned as cheerful, cute, and yes, even perfect. However, as we consider the context, being in her bathroom, dressed in a robe, alone in the mirror, it nearly becomes a disturbing image. The lighting and coloring of the scene contributes to giving a deeper meaning to the scene as a whole. Overall, the coloring is pastel, plain, and doesn't draw any attention whatsoever. The bathroom is a pastel pink. Blinds are slightly drawn, allowing soothing morning light to softly light the room, and a pastel blue robe comfortably wrapped around Lacey all work together to create a comfortable feel. However, the soothing lighting and coloring of the scene heavily collide to the actions and energy of Lacey. As we observe Lacey rehearsing her perfect laugh and perfect face, it is an uncomfortable and even awkward situation. These polarizing elements clarify that everything about Lacey's lifestyle and perspective of herself and what holds importance is distorted and unnatural. Thus, the lighting and coloring contribute to creating an uneasy and questionable feel, sustaining the idea that Lacey is very much disconnected with herself. The entirety of the scene only includes one subject, Lacey Pound. This allows the focus and interest to be more dramatically on her. The first shot frames Lacey in her bathroom, separated by what appears to be a glass door. It begins by engaging the audience in a side view of Lacey and slowly moves closer to her. This zoom shot begins with a medium close-up, framing Lacey from the waist up and slowly moving closer until the frame only includes her chest up. The slow movement of the camera, gradually approaching the point of focus, being Lacey, subtly invites the audience to, in a sense, enter Lacey's world. As we are drawn physically closer to Lacey, the specific camera work and positioning of her also creates a feeling of intimacy and interest in the unspoken relationship between the audience and the subject. The next shot is an extreme close-up of Lacey's eye. The zoom shot prior was already accomplishing the task of drawing the audience into Lacey's own detached world. As the camera cuts into this extreme close-up, it brings us further, literally and figuratively, to the emotional side of the character that we have yet to fully experience. While the camera is focused upon Lacey's eye, It exposes the abnormality of her eye. Some sort of technological contact lens is inserted onto her eye, leaving the audience to wonder what purpose it serves. Soon after, just within the next shot, we find out that the inserted lens enables her to view the rankings, also known as points, of herself and others. This particular shot introduces a focus and importance that high status rankings of an individual will have on the entirety of the plot. In a sense, this contact lens is contorting her vision of the real world and gives the audience a feel for how disconnected Lacey really is. She is both out of touch and out of sight with her own reality, which comes to be an obvious result of the stress of maintaining or even accumulating a certain amount of points, or rather a certain social ranking. The third and final cut of the bathroom scene utilizes the placement of the camera in a way that creates a very effective perspective on Lacey. Following the extreme close-up of Lacey's eye, it cuts into a medium shot. The camera is placed in such a way so that it appears we are viewing Lacey as she is, through her mirror. Or in other words, we are seeing Lacey as she sees herself. We are getting a glimpse of seeing Lacey through her own distorted eyes, as her ranking, which is 4.2, appears just to the right of her head. She finally takes a moment to relax, examine her face, and itch her nose. This shows us that she's trying to mold a fake perfection and fake face onto herself. It shows us that this laugh she's executing is anything but real. This also shows us how unnatural her lifestyle is and the impact the status scene lens has on her. The opening bathroom scene is compelling and eye-opening because we see the unstable lifestyle and the negative impact her points have on her self-worth. As a result, Lacey is disconnected with herself and tries to live a perfect life with unrealistic expectations. Through mise-en-scène and multiple cinematography elements, a personal and unspoken relationship is formed between the audience and Lacey, whereas she is still struggling to form an organic relationship with herself.